Hi, welcome to another lesson of our web design bootcamp. In this lesson, we are going to learn everything about the WordPress user roles and permissions. So when we talked about the WordPress dashboard or backend, we mentioned the user roles, and we said in a subsequent video we are going to delve more into the user roles. So this video is a particular video where you get to learn everything about the WordPress users role. If you aren't aware, this is a continuation of a series of videos that we are doing as part of our web design bootcamp. So if you haven't checked out the previous video, do well to check out the playlist. We will leave a link in the description below. Those of you who are participating in the bootcamp, you have any questions, you can always reach out on Telegram with your questions and we'll help you solve them. Okay, so let's get into the computer and I will illustrate this for you. So at the back end of your website, hopefully by now you know how to access the back end of your WordPress website. Make sure that your XAMPP is turned on, or whichever alternative you are using is on, with Apache and MySQL running. Once they are running, you go to the URL that you use. That's your localhost / the name of your folder / wp-admin. Once you go there, you log in by entering your login details, and you are greeted with a dashboard like this. So when you come down here, we have users. So that is where I want you to locate users. Then for now, I am the only user here and my role is administrator. You can see that I have 2 posts on the website. Okay, so how I'm going to do this, I want to make it practical for you to appreciate. I could have just explained them exactly what they do. Okay, but there are about 6 default WordPress roles. So we are going to learn by trying to create a new role. So let's create a new user. So to create a new user, you go to users, add new, or go to users. When the interface opens, you click on the add new as I did. Then enter a username. So here I'll say Obed Ehonia as my username. Then email, I'll say Obed Ehonia at gmail.com. Good. Then my first name, last name, let me just enter that. Website is not necessary. Password, you can use this password, but you and I know that you won't remember this password anyway. So let me delete it and enter my own password, which I know will be a very strong password. Good. So when you get here, then the role, so send user notification. Obviously, once you are creating the user, you want to send them a notification so that they know that you've added them. Okay, but the more important thing is the role here, the role. So here, okay, let's talk about the roles that you see. Because currently I've installed the Yoast SEO, so I needed to mention that even though WordPress comes with its own default roles, and that's what we are interested in right now. When you install other plugins, they may come with their with extra roles. So the Yoast, that is for SEO, Yoast plugin for SEO is bringing in SEO editor and SEO manager. So for now, we can ignore that. Other plugins, including WooCommerce, which is used to turn your website into an e-commerce site, will also bring in roles like store manager and the likes. Okay, but that is not what we are interested in. We want to appreciate the basic WordPress rules that are available. So the first one you see here is being a subscriber. A subscriber is just someone who has access to your website and they can't really do much there. When they can come and read content from your site. They can also probably manage their own profile that you have created for them. So first of all, let's select let's add this user as a subscriber. Then we'll log into the website as a subscriber and see what they have access to. So the first thing you should know is the administrator. For the administrator, you have access to everything on the WordPress back end. So you control everything. You can add people, you can publish posts, you can create page, you can delete anything at all you can imagine doing with WordPress. The one with the administrator role can do that. but for subscriber you are limited. So I want us to go into incognito mode or private mode, then try logging into the account using, so let's log in using the VP admin. Okay, good. Log in using the subscriber account that we have created so that we know exactly what the subscriber has access to or not. Good. So the subscriber, we created it as Obed Ahonia. Then password, that one, I remember my password. Okay, good. Then let's set remember me. Okay, so compare this to the previous one, which is this. This is the admin part. The admin can have all of these items and they can work on all of these. But see what the subscriber can do. It's just their profile that they can come and edit in the back end. So if a subscriber logs into the back end, it's just their profile. Unless if you've installed other plugins that allows or add on other permissions to the subscriber. So we can have, let's say, a membership site. You can add a membership plugin to your website such that a subscriber will come and be able to see other forms of content. Okay, so that is also possible. But for now, with the default one, this is all the subscriber can do. You can only control your profile. So you can set admin color scheme. Maybe you don't want the color that the default WordPress dashboard color, so you choose your own color scheme. That's what the subscriber can do. You can change your first name, last name, and any of these. But the subscriber cannot change their own role. So they can change their password, but they cannot change their own role. Let's pay attention to that. The next thing I want to do, I want to change. So now I've come to the administrator. That's my initial account, which is the administrator account. I want to change the role of this subscriber, Obed Ahonia. So I being the administrator, I'm able to change or set the role. So now I'm setting it to a step higher. So we started from the list, which is subscriber. From subscriber, you go to contributor. Then from contributor, you go to author. From author, editor. Then finally, we have the administrator. The subscriber has the permission to only update their own profile, as we saw. The contributor is able to manage their own profile as well as write content. They can write and manage content, unlike the subscriber. So contributors can contribute. But unfortunately for the contributors, even though they can write content, they can't publish it. So now let's go ahead and see contributor. We are just updating this user to become a contributor. Then we'll go back, refresh this, and now we've changed its role. So you see that there has been additional menu items, and the additions here are posts. So now the subscriber, the contributor, as we have now, since this is now a contributor, can add a new post, then comments, and he has access to some of the tools, okay, because we are allowing them to create content, so they can do that. Let's go back. All right, so basically the subscriber has access to manage their profile only. The contributor has access to manage their profile and also write and manage content or post on the website. So let's go ahead to see the role of an author by updating this to an author. So an author is a step higher than the contributor, and basically the step higher is for the author to be able to publish their own content. So for the contributor, after writing the post on the website, they can't hit publish. The publish button is not available for them. Okay, they will save as draft so that someone with a superior permission will now come and publish it if they agree to publish it. But for the author, once you give somebody the permission as an author or the role of an author, then they are going to be able to create content and publish it anytime they want. So let's set this to author and update this. Then let's go refresh this. So you realize that now media tool has been added, so they can add the images, the PDFs, any documents at all they want to use in their post. And finally, when they go to the post part, where after creating the post, they will be able to publish it. So that is an additional function or permission that they have that the contributor does not have. So after the author, now we have the editor. So let's go and update this to the editor. Good. So with the editor is also a step higher than the author. So now the editor is not only able to manage their own content, but they can manage the content of others. For the author can manage just their own posts. However, when we change it to an editor, they have control over every other post on their site. So the editor is like the second in command after the administrator. So once the administrator is not there, it is the editor. So the editor now has SEO privileges and also can create pages. That's also another addition that has come in. The editor can create pages, can manage pages that have been created. Okay, but the editor cannot create new users. He cannot add users. It's all in the role of the administrator. So now you know how each of these roles play. Now we are at the editor, which is second in command, and this is finally the administrator with all of these privileges. And I've mentioned already that if you install other plugins, you may end up adding extra roles to your website, and you would have to read on the specific rules and what exactly they are doing. But basically, for WordPress, we have the administrator who is the overall boss and can do anything at all that is possible with WordPress. Can manage pages, posts, delete, comments, and all the likes. Followed by the editor. The editor has the ability to also manage content of others or posts written by others, delete, create pages, but they can't add users, and they have a limited range of permissions as compared to that of the administrator. And from the editor, we come to the author. The author can create, publish, delete any content that is related to what they created themselves, unlike the editor who can do that for other people as well. Then from the author, we come to contributor. The contributor can create content but cannot publish it. So it needs someone else to publish it. So they would submit it for you to review before you publish. So for instance, if you have guest bloggers sending you articles, you can make them contributors. When they come and they create, you will have to now come read through it, and if you agree to publish it, you go ahead to publish it. Then the least among them all is a subscriber who is just able to manage their own profile and read content there without creating anything or changing ability to change their own role. They can't do that. Okay, so basically those are the roles for WordPress, the roles that you find in WordPress, and hopefully you appreciate each and every one of these roles and what they stand for. Thank you for watching to the end of this lesson. This is the end of the introduction. So in subsequent lessons, we are going to be more practical by building a complete website from scratch. So I'm looking forward to seeing you in the subsequent lesson where we'll build a complete website from scratch and increase your depth of knowledge about WordPress design. So if you have any questions, go ahead and enter them in the comment section or join the Telegram group. There's a link to the Telegram group in the description, in the video description. So click on that link, join the Telegram group, and ask any questions that you have. I will be glad to help you out anytime, any day. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye-bye.